What's going on? We back with another video, another banger. If you're not already subscribed or followed up, make sure you do that. Follow all platforms, Discord, Twitch, Snapchat, Instagram, all that, bro. Bow. Today, as you see by the title, that's what I'm saying. Y'all know how I hate scam calls, bro. But I play with them when they give me a call. But today, we're going to watch a prank, destroy scammer calls, glitter bomb payback, yo. So make sure y'all like up the video, subscribe, share, comment, all that. And let's get into the video.
But it's worse now.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I would rather just pay it. Otherwise, I'll be worrying about it, and I'll be worse in my health. You know what I mean? Or even if I have to pay it in two halves.
So the scammer places her on hold to talk with the authorities and to see if there's just something that could be done to help her out.
Thank you so much for holding the line, ma'am. I just had a word with the Hague authorities, and I informed them about your situation, and they are also concerned about your health.
So concerned, in fact, she'll only have to send these scammers $2,000.
The actual amount found out missing in the taxes is $1,489.
Now, last year's operation was effective in getting a handful of people involved in this scam not only covered in glitter, but also arrested. But the problem was we discovered these were just the low-level mules and supervisors who would then send the bulk of the money back to the actual scammers in India. And while we did turn over all the intel we gathered to the 5 major government agencies that reached out to us to truly avenge Bessie, our goal was to take our glitter all the way to the top and either temporarily disrupt or possibly even permanently shut down a few of these terrible call centers. It'd be like a special operation, and every special operation needs a special ops team, a target, and a plan. For the team, I turn back to my good friend Jim Browning, who you recall from last year has a YouTube channel that specializes in reversing the connection to the scammers' computers and gaining access to their CCTV footage.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, I want to know why you scam people.
And then another YouTube channel called Trilogy Media would be the boots on the ground in India implementing the pranks, but more on them later. For the target, together we were able to locate and gather tons of incriminating information on 4 different scam call centers. For starters, there's Met Technologies located in Kolkata, India on the 5th floor of this building. They've been in operation over 12 years and they've got over 1,000 agents. Their owner is Mr. Kunal Gupta, and you can even see the rest of their leadership team here on their public website. And you might ask, well, why would a scam call center have a public website? And the answer is they all do, because they have a very small percentage of their employees do legitimate call center work. So if they get raided by the authorities, they can point to that small group and say their hands are clean, while the real money-making operation runs here behind a secure door. Then we found VRM, also located in Kolkata, on the 12th floor of this building.
Everything
they
in
also
Kolkata.
have over 1,000 agents, and they've been in operation for 6 years, and they run 24 hours a day in 3 shifts to target people in time zones all across the globe. Oh, and allow me to introduce to the world Rajesh and Vidya Goenka, the husband and wife co-owners. Next was Anj Info Solutions on the 5th floor of this building. They also run 3 shifts, 24 hours a day, and they've been up and running for 11 years with all their key info shown here. They're located just a block away from VRM. In fact,
You good, bro? We about to learn how to not get scammed, bro. Or at least how to, you feel me? Some pointers, bro, on God. Because I hate getting scam calls, bro, but I be trolling them.
all 3 of these centers were located within just a few miles of each other here in Kolkata, India, which is a hot spot for scam call centers like this. And finally, there was one more relocated, but we're not releasing public information on them yet.
Did I end up watching my videos? Nah, we gonna do it in 30 minutes. We about to do the open verse challenge in 30 minutes. That's you feel me, in another stream. So just make sure you're here by 8 o'clock, because we're doing the open verse challenge. We judging all the songs, because we got some more people to do the challenge, and we gonna judge, and we gonna see who the winner is, and we gonna let them know that they won that $25. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to join the open verse challenge real quick, make sure you go to the Discord, join the open verse thread, and choose one of the songs.
And you'll see why in just a little bit. And so once we'd amassed mountains of evidence against all 4 of them thanks to Jim's handiwork, we hired 10 private investigator types to apply for jobs at each of these centers, and after a few weeks, we had them all in place. Now, in order for them not to arouse suspicion, they had to legitimately scam some people, but we told them to remember the victim's information, and then we would reach out and double any money that was lost.
Hey, they doubled it up.
And at first, one of our agents in the VRM call center went against protocol and used his phone to capture some footage for us of the bathrooms and the server rack and, whatever this is. But they must have seen him filming with his phone on their CCTV because the next day, some of the security team showed up at his house. Now, luckily, his roommate knew to lie and say
Nah, they showed up at his crib is crazy.
he wasn't home, and he was able to escape through the back alley, but they stayed out in front of his house all day and later sent this message saying the director wanted to speak with him and they would pay him handsomely, and of course, he didn't need to be scared. They were just simply curious what kind of evidence he'd gathered against them already. So from that point on, we reiterated to the remaining 9 to lay really low like a sleeper cell until we were ready to activate the plan. And
Yeah, bro, I'm in the Discord right now, bro. I can see your songs, gang.
speaking of the plan, now that we saw what we were up against, we knew we'd have to go full James Bond Q mode with some high-tech gadgetry that could make it past security. Which is why this first prank is just a water bottle. Kind of. I mean, it can function as a normal water bottle, but if you unscrew just this portion of the lid, it reveals a trough. And if you put military-grade putrid-smelling stuff in that trough, and then screw the lid back on fully, it creates a perfect seal and you can't smell anything. But then at the exact precise moment you want to release a cloud of death, you just twist the lid like this, allowing the smell to escape through these holes and fill the room. And we're using a water bottle because from looking at the CCTV footage, we know they allow them to have water bottles at their desks, so they'll be able to sneak them past security. Plus, no one's going to suspect that's the origin of the smell. Next up, if you take some hand soap and add just a few drops of the same kitchen-grade food coloring we used on the Devil's Toothpaste explosion, then when you wash your hands, it will leave them stained for at least a day. Oh, crap. We'll leave this in the bathroom, and as a bonus, we'll learn exactly who does and doesn't wash their hands. This next one is the most simple, but also perhaps the most effective. You take a box of Sudafed and then print out and paste on some of these labels and convert it to a box of Viagra. Then importantly, you add the name of the boss of the scam call center to the box, like it's his prescription. And then you leave it in the bathroom next to your blue soap. Next up is that custom-built box that can store cockroaches in it. So after a predetermined time delay, the microcontroller will trigger the stepper motor, which causes the wall to slide along this ball screw. That means if you disguise it in a lunchbox, then nothing happens until the timer expires. And then suddenly, you get a bunch of cockroaches crawling out of a lunchbox. Although you can put more than just cockroaches in here. And some other ideas we had were bees, because we heard India has some species that don't actually sting, as well as possibly rats, because we already knew from looking at their security footage that once released, the rats can make themselves right at home. And using a lunchbox for camouflage is once again a strategic choice, because we already knew from our recon work, they always make it past security because no one actually checks what's inside. Next up, I love the idea of the chaos that could result if we set off a smoke bomb, but we were concerned that might be crossing a line if the room was too small, because like the glitter bombs, I want everything I do to be exciting, but at the end of the day, relatively harmless. So instead, we found these micro foggers that are basically like massive vape pens. We also noticed motorcycle helmets were allowed onto the floor and past security. So the plan was to put it inside a helmet like this, and then it would also detonate itself based on a timer. And finally, as the pièce de résistance, we're gonna deliver them a package. Only this isn't an ordinary package. It's Glitter Bomb 4.0, which of course, as we all know, is equipped with a pound of the world's finest glitter and an uncharitable amount of fart spray.
I still smell it.
And so now that our team, target, and plan were in place, after 1.5 years of prep work, it was time to avenge Bessie and execute the special operation. Step 1 was getting the Trilogy Media guys all the way over to India with all the contraptions stored securely in their luggage.
My guys, stepping foot on Indian soil.
Now safely on the ground, step 2 was to go pick up those stingless bees that we could put in the lunchbox. But once they'd arrived to the beekeeper, they found out you can't just take a few bees, but you have to take the whole hive.
In the car, dude, no. They're gonna get out.
Also, apparently, there's no such thing as stingless bees.
Oh my god.
It can't be that. I was just about to say, there's no such thing as no stingless bees, bro.
So we punted on that idea and headed to an open-air market where we could at least secure some rats. By the way, the Trilogy Media YouTube channel is composed of Ashton, who's a former magician, and Art, who played professional basketball in Russia for 8 years. They're just an incredible duo. And speaking of incredible things, this is a good time to point out that the real people of India were just so freaking lovely. It's true that nearly every scam call you get originates from that country, but everyone in India hates these scammers too. They are a tiny, tiny fraction of the total population, and no one wants to be defined by the worst in their midst. Most people we interacted with there had hearts more like Johnny, who's an honorary member of the team and a reformed scammer who's made it his life's mission to do whatever he can to take these guys down, even if that means working some back channels to get our hands on 100 cockroaches.
Alright, let's go.
So with the goods procured, it was time to meet up with our sleeper agents at the hotel to do some final prep on the contraptions, which went about as well as expected.
Seriously though, are we gonna test it right here? Right here?
Yeah.
Can't do it in the bathroom?
16, 17.
Yeah, no, get him in. Oh, man. More than marriage.
I see.
Down.
Ew! Cockroaches!
Okay. Grab. Stop. Stop. No, please. Okay, pause. Accounted for, right, everyone?
I swear, I would not let you down.
Yo, bro, that shit's nasty.
We decided the first call center we'd hit would be Anj, and we were feeling optimistic about our chances, and that's exactly when our special operation received its first major blow. So apparently there's this WhatsApp group that 55,000 scammers all across India belong to, so the different scam call centers can communicate with each other. And because Johnny was still a member of this group from his former days, he saw this message pop up. Two of us in the town of Kolkata have seen cuss word trilogy people.
Yo, bro, on God, they're over there playing with the roaches, bro. Like, I would freak out too.
Followed them, but the driver drove the car very fast to the Salt Lake side. There was 2 Indians with them, and they were shooting a movie. So apparently some scammers had recognized Art and Ashton at the market as the Trilogy Media YouTube guys, because they've confronted a lot of scammers in their 5 years of making videos. Now thankfully, just out of habit, Johnny was driving in a way that would make it hard for anyone to tail them, but they still were able to pinpoint their hotel location within about a half a mile. But then it got much worse. Might be they are working with the FBI, so
I'm glad you used to, man. No bullshit. Like, you don't got them no more, cause that shit crazy, bro.
request all of our brothers to have an eye in Salt Lake, so whenever you see them, you shoot them. Which was super devastating, because it seemed pretty clear to me that we'd have to scrap the whole operation, because while the mission was important, it definitely wasn't worth anyone getting hurt. But when I brought this up to the guys, they'd already discussed it amongst themselves, and decided this was a cause they were passionate about, that they were willing to accept some risks. So we decided moving forward, Art and Ashton wouldn't step a foot outside their hotel room, and that's when the second major blow came. Because apparently the group text warning spooked the call scam center so much, they just changed up everyone's assignments, and they were planning on moving all three of our sleeper agents to a new floor where there was no CCTV coverage. But this is where we had a stroke of luck, because at the last minute, Johnny thought to have another one of his reformed scammer friends apply for a job. And because he had so much experience on his resume, they hired him on the spot and gave him a more highly trusted role, which meant he could be the one to smuggle in all our gadgets. And so with that, he loaded up, headed in for battle, and an hour later, we had a man on the inside. And by the way, now that we're inside, I'll give you a very quick crash course on what we've learned about how these scam centers operate after watching them for so long. First of all, 90% of the victims are 65 years old or above.
I don't understand that. I don't understand all of this.
They really only make calls during the U.S. working day hours and not on the weekends, because that maximizes their chance the person who picks up will be retired. This is why you never get scam calls on Sunday. They don't have anyone even working the phones. In fact, many of them have an auto-dial prompt that says press 1 if you're over 65 years old, and if you press anything else, it just hangs up. The most common scam is the Amazon refund scam, but they also pretend to be Microsoft, McAfee, Norton Antivirus, the IRS, and
Yo, take notes on who these niggas pretend to be, bro.
65 years old, and if you press anything else, it just hangs up. The most common scam is the Amazon refund scam, but they also pretend to be Microsoft, McAfee, Norton Antivirus, the IRS, and your bank, and on and on. It's always changing, but it's also always something you've heard of to try and build trust right out of the gate. If you want to know how much they make, well, that information, unfortunately, is securely held on the boss's computer, so we can't get to it.
Oh, go back.
India, you should go check out their video. And not surprisingly, Ansh and the other scam call centers eventually opened back up, albeit this time with much tighter security. But they still didn't, and still don't realize probably till this moment, that we have access to their live camera feeds. So Jim improvised a bit, calling them out by their real names without giving away the fact he was just looking at them on the camera.
Yeah, hi sir, my name is Carolina Fernandez. I am calling you from the Microsoft.
Oh, hi, Priya.
Who are you?
I'm a ghost. Yeah, I
Do
don't know
you know
what.
my father's name?
I don't know, but is your
Bro, I want to know how they do that, bro.
father proud of you? What you do? Does he think you work for Microsoft?
Yes, of course.
But you don't work for Microsoft. Did you tell him that? Will I tell you one more name?
Yes.
Soini. At least talk to me. Hello?
He also managed to change the way their voices sound when they would do outbound calls to their potential victims.
Who are you? May I know what's with? Who are you?
You're speaking very strangely. What's up?
So to see a lot more of that quality entertainment, you should go check out his video. So after all that, we're sort of in a good news, bad news situation here. The good news is that because of some developments we've been involved in, the fourth center here is going to be raided by the authorities in India and shut down very, very soon. The bad news is that these other three are still very operational. And for reasons I can't say here, we don't have the same option to get them shut down like we do on the fourth one. Now you might ask, why not just privately reach out to the proper authorities in Kolkata where these three call centers are located? And the answer is, that's been tried before and it didn't work. While there are many good apples, there are a few bad apples that prevent anything from happening to these guys. So where does that leave us? Well, as they say, sunshine is a great disinfectant, and here's where you come in. We've invested a lot of resources and time and tried to make this video as entertaining as possible in the hopes that you'll consider sharing it for two reasons. Number one,
So one reason that you can help, one way you can help is by sharing.
the more people are aware of how these scams work, the less effective they become and they lose their power. So please share it, especially with your older loved ones. And number two, the more people that see this video and learn about these three specific call centers, the more the press will pick it up, especially in India. Heck, tweet our videos to the Kolkata police. This helps out the good apples because the bad ones can't just sweep all the evidence under the rug or quietly tip off the scam center
Okay, so if you want to help, make sure you do all that.
bosses. The press and public can hold them accountable. We've seen this tactic work successfully in the past, and we have mounds of evidence against all these scam centers. If you are with the press or a law enforcement agency, send us an email to callcenterevidencepack@gmail.com, and we'll share everything we have with you. If you combine them, these three centers have been in operation an astounding 29 years, and they're still scamming people of their life.
Nah, that's crazy though. But if y'all like the video, make sure y'all go check it out on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? This is about to get uploaded. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and tap into the stream. And we almost at 8 o'clock, bro. We got like, what, 6-7 minutes? We about to do this open verse challenge, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Appreciate y'all following up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We got 87 subscribers now, bro. Make sure y'all tap in. Ox Wars, we had an Ox War, bro. We're going to do another Ox War. So pretty much I'm going to have anybody in the Discord. We're going to spin the wheel. And they're going to tell you the artist's name. And you got to play the best song. Whoever got the best song, we're going to do another money challenge. You feel what I'm saying? Ox Wars. Yo. Make sure y'all tap in for Ox Wars. I'm making a hit. Yeah, I just reacted to this video right here. Make sure y'all go tap in, subscribe. My open verse challenge right here video where I'm talking about. If you want to go learn more about the open verse challenge, make sure y'all go tap in and go watch this video right here. And go watch this one right here. You can hear the song better on all of these, to be honest. And yeah, this video right here is going to get uploaded too. Right here. You're going to see it right here. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys subscribe. And tap into the Discord for that open verse challenge, man. And don't go nowhere. I'm about to turn the stream right back on. Don't go nowhere. You said, do you want to peep the videos before you start the open verse challenge? Nah, I got you. I'm going to change the title and stuff like that. And then I'm going to start off with your video. You feel what I'm saying? I got you, bro. Don't go nowhere. If you already subscribed, bro, appreciate that, gang. Just make sure you share these videos, bro, to get awareness to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. Yes, sir, yes, sir. He say he got a joint rolled. I'm crying. Baby, she a freak, she ain't no more. You gotta tell me just what you plan to do. Baby, she a freak, she ain't no more.